Hang on, Spider Monkey.
You're Spider Monkey.
Ha, you're the Spider Monkey.
I already said you are. Too late.
Nah. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your co-host, Chris.
And I am your more equally opportunity co-host, Josh.
So, keeping with the Halloween spooky movies, or just Halloween in general, we also had a Buy Me a Coffee.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. This movie has nothing to do with spooky or Halloween. There's the answer.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So this episode is because we had someone buy us a coffee and they suggested Twilight.
Why
So
would they be so mean?
because their comments was it's what was the comment? It was that it is time that we had to do Twilight.
It's
So
never time to do Twilight.
I agree. I
Well,
very much dislike this movie, the entire saga,
okay.
especially the first one. Is I got so many issues with this. To me, this is not a real vampire movie at all. Vampires don't sparkle in the sunlight. They die. They burn up.
This is what I am.
Yeah. Right.
They don't have fangs. They
I
they
yeah, I was noticing that. I was like, where are their fangs?
they don't have fangs. They have a reflection, and it's just come on.
It's very much fan fiction like you're making your
It
own
is.
rules. Which I
It is.
mean, let's be fair with all these zombies where they're open for interpretation but
Sure.
I get where you're going. It was very much like
It's
they went
very
away from everything.
it's very different, and it's like the only way to kill them is to rip them apart and burn them. Like, okay. And the whole thing, like when you rip them, it's like they turn into a crystal or something like that.
Hmm.
It's I've never liked it. And
So
it
you
uh,
so you've seen all these. Did you see them all in theaters when they came out?
I saw New Moon and Eclipse in theaters.
Okay, so that was the second and third one.
Right.
Got it. I know when we were in school together, the last one came out
Hmm.
when we were in school. I've never seen any of these movies.
I've
I
seen them
know
all.
all about these movies, but I've never seen any of them. So, unfortunately, I've now finally seen Twilight. Well, I kind of had seen the first one a little bit. So,
Okay.
this is my history with this franchise, which I've never seen, but I'm fully
Okay.
aware of. These movies used to piss me off, even though I'd never seen them, because I was like, these movies are trash, and they would always make a ton of money when they came out, but they would always get review bombed, and then that part made me happy. So I remember way back before this movie came out, seeing promotional images for this on IMDb. And I
Mhm.
remember thinking like, "Oh, okay, what's this movie looks kind of cool. What is this, Twilight? Okay." It was like pictures of like the cast and things like that. And I'm like, "All right, this looks interesting. Twilight. All right, I'll keep an eye out for that one." I was working at a movie theater when this came out,
Okay.
and I remember it being packed. Like I
Mhm.
remember going in there. This was an AMC at the time before they had the recliner seats. It was stadium seating, so they had all and
Yeah.
everything. And like when I tell you it was packed, it was packed. Like every seat was taken. A lot of younger people, obviously.
A lot
Yeah,
of
I remember like
girls.
yeah, it was a good mix. I remember specifically like helping this one kid do his seat because he had like crutches, and I think that's why I had to go into the theater. And then I think after I helped him, I kind of stayed in there for like 5-10 minutes just watching a little bit of the movie. And I think it was the baseball scene I was watching. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, all right. But I remember like right away, I remember people being like, oh no, this movie's terrible and it's trash. And I'm like, all right. And then, of course, they just kept coming out every year up until the fifth one, and then that was it. And surprised they haven't really gone back to this yet, like revisited this somehow as like a remake or some sort of prequel. It's kind of been
I don't
dormant
know. And
for
there's only
13
four
years.
books to begin with, so I don't think
Yeah. But
they'll
you
do
know
it.
how studios are. I mean, come on, man. Harry
Yeah.
Potter, they tried to make five. What were they called? The prequels with the catch the beasts or whatever, Fantastic
Oh,
Beasts.
Fantastic
Like
Beasts.
they tried to make five of those movies. Like, come on, studios are gonna find a way if they wanted to.
They
But what's
could.
interesting about this is that I so this was made by Summit Entertainment, which was acquired
Mhm.
by Lionsgate in 2012, right before the last movie came out. So Summit Entertainment is still around, but it's part of Lionsgate, who has done pretty well in the YA franchises because they also did Hunger Games, which
Oh, okay, yeah.
gets me to Twilight was basically after Harry Potter, it was like the next big YA franchise because that was like 2008, and then Hunger Games was 2012, and then you had like Divergent, Maze Runner, and then all those
Right,
after
right.
that. So I was like, why? So Twilight kind of was like the next big one
And
after
then
Harry Potter
everything
had already.
spawned off after that, pretty much.
And this kind of didn't this kind of start the Team Edward, Team Jacob stuff with like, how like Hunger
Yeah,
Games did it with like they did it with like the two love interests in that
right.
one. It's like, are you Team Jake? Like that's what I remember about the second movie was like, are you Team
Team
Jacob? Are
Jacob
you
or
Team
Team
Edward? And
Edward?
I'm like, I'm Team I don't give a shit. So, um,
I remember that everywhere. It was
and I think that
always
kind this kind of started that and the whole love triangle, which is interesting because I guess Jacob isn't he's not really in this movie as much as I thought he would. And
that.
I've seen parts of the movies. I know he's a werewolf where he can turn into one. And
That's another thing. I don't consider them werewolves. They're
well,
dogs.
he turns into a creature, is what I'm saying.
He turns into a dog.
Okay. But you don't see that in this movie. It's only
No,
teased a little bit. So I was kind of
yeah,
interested. It's like, okay, so they were setting that up, and then there's not even really a love triangle. Like,
not
it's
really.
very briefly introduced that Jacob maybe likes her because his dad says something at one point. And he's like, "Shut up, Dad."
Well, no, yeah, you could tell that Jacob, was always in love with her ever since they were kids. But you also saw that Bella didn't like him like that. She just did like him as a friend.
But I'm assuming that in the sequels, that's going to become more of a love triangle.
It does,
Okay,
but it's
with
more,
shirtless Jacob, right? It's like just like
well,
shirtless
funny
Chris in his
enough,
new short
like,
film.
yeah, yeah. Well, funny, I watched Twilight on Sunday, I think, or Saturday, one of those two. So Julie just decided, oh, okay, now we go for the second one.
Oh,
So
she just
okay,
kept playing them.
yeah, so I watched Twilight, New Moon, and Eclipse.
Okay.
I think right now she's finishing Eclipse.
Oh, so she's just going.
Yeah, she's just gone. Like I remember I watched the entire saga with her once.
Hmm.
I saw the two movies in the theaters. Like,
So did you ever see the last two?
yeah, I saw all of
Like,
them.
okay. So, but you didn't see the last two in theaters, so you watched at some point.
Oh no, no. I didn't I watched them at some point, yeah, but I only watched two movies in theaters, the New Moon and Eclipse when they came out.
Okay.
But I'll say this, the very first one is cringy as fuck.
My thing was it was very it was very clustered. Like the storytelling in the beginning, when they were introducing every character, I was just like, man, this is so clunky. With like every a character would just walk up and be like, "Hi, I'm so and so. Oh,
Yeah,
you're Isabella." And then the next, "Oh, hi, I'm so and so. Oh, you're Isabella." And I'm
yeah,
just
that
like,
became boring. It was like, why?
it
Just
just felt
why?
very it was not writing. I'm just like, okay, this is
It's
really
it's
bad
like
writing.
they were introducing characters that you're not really going to give a shit about at the end of the movie. Like you really don't.
I mean, again, it's like her little group of friends that she has in high school. Like
Right.
that's what it was.
But it's also it kind of seems like she's not really friends with them because she
Sure.
eventually doesn't hang out with them that often. So
She's just in school, I guess. She's just kind of hanging out with them in school.
yeah, I guess they're just school friends. But
Also, young Anna Kendrick.
yeah,
Also, young Christian Serratos, aka Rosita from The Walking Dead, the girl with the
Oh,
glasses. Yeah, that's Rosita from The Walking Dead.
yeah, that's right. That's right. They were so young. Damn.
Yeah, this movie. They actually have a pretty big cast. What was his name in Superman? Mr. Wonderful or Mr. Terrific?
Mr. Terrific.
That he was the one vampire in this. Same
Oh
guy.
yeah, Lorette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's just a
Uh,
lot of recognizable faces.
yeah.
Um,
I
the
mean,
one foster mom or whatever, she was in The Haunting of Hill House.
right, right. It's like that you like you really know them from their later movies. They're like,
Oh
oh,
no,
Mom.
actually, some of them I knew from previous movies. The one girl that played the vampire that was kind of like the bitch. What was her name? Rosita or something? Ro
Rosalind.
Rose. Okay. Nikki Reed is the actress. I knew her from two movies before this called 13 and then Lords of Dogtown, which funny enough was by the same director as Twilight, Catherine Hardwicke. Which if
Huh.
you not seen those are good movies, by the way. 13 is a really good
I've
movie,
never
and
seen it.
Lords of Dogtown is about like the skaters from like 1970s California. Also really good.
All right.
But I knew her from those movies before I'd seen her, but before she was in this.
Right. Well, see, I never really knew anyone
Well, then
before.
Robert Pattinson, Harry Potter.
Well, yeah, besides him. Yeah.
And I knew Kristen Stewart way before this movie. She was in was that one movie Zathura? Zathura, it's like the space Jumanji
Zithro.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, she
she's
was in
in that.
that, The Messengers. So I oh
Uh,
Panic Room. She was also in
Panic
Panic
Room. Yeah,
Room.
I was about to say that. Yeah, Panic
And
Room.
then what's that one movie where it's like her, it's like a kids movie. I bet you've seen it. It's her and it's like two other kids and they're like thieves or they have to like steal something. Catch That Kid. Do you know what movie I'm talking about?
I
I
don't
think
know.
that's what it's called. Let me double check. I think it's called Catch That Kid
Catch
from
that.
like 2002. Hold on.
I
Hold
don't
on.
know.
Oh, she was in Cold Creek Manor. I remember that movie. Panic Room.
Panic Room. Yeah.
Catch That Kid. Yeah, that's the movie.
Nope,
Yep,
no,
2002.
never heard of that one.
So I knew her from a bunch of stuff before this.
Well, anyway, back to the movie. The I never liked her acting. Kristen Stewart's
Yeah, I
like
kind of wondered if there was a there probably would have been a better choice for the role.
yeah,
Probably could have found somebody
to me, she
better.
can't really. She doesn't have range.
She's awkward
She's
for
awkward, but
sure.
she's like very emotionless, you know. But in Twilight, she's very like, like, come on, just say your entire sentence for once. And like, come on, just stop, stop. And the
This
whole
was
getting with Edward thing, it's like, and Edward is annoying too in this movie too, because like he's obsessed with her, but he doesn't want to be with her. But he does. Yes, no,
it's
yes.
yeah, it's there's parts of this movie that were like comical but weren't meaning to be funny. So there's the scene where he's like in the hallway and he's like, she's like, I gotta stay away from you. But I'm like, dude, you keep coming up to her and talking to
I
her.
know, I
Like,
know.
like, then just fucking walk away. And then, okay, I almost lost my shit when she first walks into the classroom and he's sitting there.
Mm.
Did he just fucking orgasm in his pants in that scene? Like, did you notice that? Like he goes like this, and then he has like gets up and leaves. And I'm like watching, I'm like, did that dude just come in his pants? Like, what the hell just happened? Like his expression was just like, I'm just like, what the
It
fuck?
wasn't that.
I
Like
know, but that's what it looked like. But that, yeah, I'm just like, what the? There's just like some really weird
there
filmmaking
are
going on at times,
like
and
I think the only parts that I actually enjoy of the movie is the baseball scene and actually seeing how their powers worked.
yeah, the baseball scene
Um,
was pretty cool, which I guess I had seen before the one time.
mm,
I will say this. I don't think it was a bad movie. It's not good, but I don't think I've seen worse. I really have seen worse. There's definitely things about it that don't work. Some of the filmmaking, some of the editing, the writing. I'm like, But like overall, by the end of it, I'm like, I'm kind of interested in where this is going. I'll be honest, I kind of want to maybe see the next movie just to see if I'm interested.
Okay, I'll say this. First one, I it drives me crazy, but they actually do get better.
Yeah, I kind of want to see where they go with the Jacob character. I kind of want to see
Mhm.
where these other characters could. And is there like a big bad that comes in at some point?
Yes, there is a ba big bad that's hinted from the first movie, actually.
Well, we see at the end, like the last shot is the one female vampire that got away, and
Victoria.
she's walking away. So I'm like, okay, so she's still out there.
Right, but she's
Um,
not really the like big bad.
no, no, I kind of assume she's like the messenger, like she's going to go tell who the big bad is, like, hey, this is going on or something.
Not
I,
really.
that was another big problem I had. They don't introduce a real villain until like two-thirds into the movie. Like they tease them, but it's like they're not
Oh,
really like a
James and
threat.
Victoria pretty much.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, all of a sudden we have a bad guy and there's 30 minutes left in the movie.
Yeah. I'll admit that James actually reminded me of like an actual vampire, being menacing,
Now
like
maybe I wasn't paying attention, which forgive me. Did he actually die? Did they actually kill him? I can't remember.
yeah, they
Okay.
ripped him apart and burned him.
Okay. I kind of thought that scene that finale was pretty weak. It was just so fast where they were at the dance place and
That's
then
the deal.
they just kind of showed up and that was it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, they were already on their way. It's
I
just,
know, but it's just like there was not much of a big fight.
I know it was concentrated more on Bella turning, pretty much. But I don't know. But like I said, I'll admit the later movies do explore more of the like of the two sides of the werewolves and the vampires and their
Hmm.
history, and that actually is interesting. It's just the relationship with Edward and Jacob is it's the teenage
That's
crush drama thing.
that's what these movies are, man. It's really that's
I
the
know.
teen romance. That's why all the kids were going to see them back in the day, and the
Mhm.
theaters were full, and the movie theater owners were happy because people were actually went and saw movies back then.
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if this franchise gets rebooted soon.
probably a TV show.
Could be, yeah. Do you
Uh,
know anything about the books?
I have never read them. Julie has all of them.
So I'm assuming she's read them.
Yeah, and she says that there's a lot more in the books.
I would have figured this is pretty short. I mean, it was 2 hours, but you
It
would,
still felt rushed to me.
yeah. There could
Like
have been more.
everything was like, and also there was no real secrecy about it. It's like everything was all in the open to Bella. It was like,
Well, which is funny because I kind of had an opposite thought of just like he doesn't really tell her, she has like her assumptions at certain point, but like she doesn't actually get told until like halfway through the movie.
no, he doesn't get told, but he like leaves hints so many times because of his awkwardness,
Hmm.
his obsession with her that it's like it just kind of spills out and she just picks up the pieces
I
and
do
he
like the
plays dumb.
idea of like being a high school vampire forever. I think that's a unique idea where you have to travel around to like a different high school like every 3 or 4 years because obviously
Yeah.
you can't keep going on. I think that's an interesting idea. And I'm assuming they explore this idea. Now, she's not actually turned into a vampire at the end. She just gets bit and he had to save her life. But
Right, he sucked up the venom.
so she's still mortal.
She's still mortal, yes.
But like, are they gonna explore that idea of her getting older and him still staying the same age, or do they kind of do something about that?
Do you really want to know, or do you like spoil it for you, or no?
I feel like I already know. Like, doesn't she become a vampire? Or
Yes,
she becomes like, yeah. Yeah, I think I knew that already.
yeah, she becomes a vampire at the end of the movie. The Breaking Dawn Part One.
Break and win. Okay.
So yeah, she becomes a vampire then, but she's also pregnant.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, there was like a kid. I mean, I
Oh.
know things about the sequels. I just never watched them.
But it is interesting about the her daughter though, because it kind of becomes like a new species. She's practically Blade.
Oh, okay.
She's a daywalker. That's what she is.
Gotcha.
She literally is half human, half vampire. She can like survive on blood or human food, kind of thing.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
So that is interesting. I like that. Like I said, they do get better with more of the like old vampires of the old world kind of thing.
Hmm.
So that is interesting about it. I do like that. It's just a damn teenage drama that drives me crazy. I can't handle it.
Well, I give them credit because this first movie was made on a pretty minuscule budget, $37 million, which not a lot at the time, but like, man, it made a lot of money. I remember it made a lot of money, but I looked it up and it had like a $70 million opening weekend. So I'm like, wow, that's pretty big.
And to be
And
honest, there's not really much like location wise. It's like it's the high school, it's their house, it's her house, and it's the woods.
yeah, it's not a lot of set pieces. It's like the big
Nah,
set piece was like the whatchamacallit, the dance studio at the end or something, or just I don't
maybe,
know.
yeah. But that's about it. Everything is mostly in the woods.
Right.
But
Yeah. Rainy and an overcast. What a miserable place to live.
well, I mean, it's but you can tell that they had more of a budget in the other movies for sure.
Okay.
Like everything looks better.
Bigger scale.
Um, yeah, it's bigger scale. They
They're they're
explore
sh
more.
they're more glittery.
That stayed the same, which still drives me crazy. Vampires don't sparkle.
Come on, Chris. Sparkle motion.
It's the face of a killer, Bella.
I know you're just jealous because you don't glitter when you take your shirt off.
I hate these movies. In
Hate,
general,
that's a strong word, kid.
all right,
Chris, that's a
fine,
strong
fine.
word.
I dislike the saga, but I really hate the first one.
All right. It's fair. Well, what do you find redeemable about them? What do you actually enjoy?
Hmm.
Obviously, you've watched these movies multiple times, so clearly you are a Team Edward fan, true and true.
I am more on the vampire side, but the wolves are literally just dogs. They're not actual werewolves.
Okay,
They're shapeshifters. That's what they are.
gotcha.
You know, they even says it at the well actually might be in the second movie, but the tribe
Hmm.
that Jacob belongs to, it's they're shapeshifters, the like old American Indian shapeshifter, Wendigo kind of thing.
Okay,
That's what they really are. And they just chose the wolf.
I see.
And even in the movies, they just call themselves the wolves, like wolves. That's it,
Hmm.
like descendant from the wolf and whatnot. Um, and I think there's only like one person that calls him a werewolf. I'm like, that's pushing it.
Mm, okay. I guess I'll have to potentially watch them. We'll see.
Mm. So okay, since that was the first time you really seen it for the first time, what are your thoughts about it really?
I definitely thought I was clunky. I was definitely laughing at it in the beginning. I didn't hate it though. Like I honestly didn't. I didn't hate the movie. I'm not just like, oh my God, this is torture. Like I was like, it's pretty easy to follow. I mean, for the most part, the cast is pretty likable. Like Robert Pattinson's pretty likable, even though he is awkward in this movie. But like maybe now that I know Robert Pat, which is funny because like I always said after these movies came out, I was like Robert Pattinson. I think he's still going to have a good career. I think he's a good actor, and he has. He's gone on to been good, good movies.
He's
I mean, he's freaking
Batman.
Batman, exactly. Um, maybe at the time I would have been like, oh, he sucks. But now that I know what I know, I'm like, no, he's a good actor. And I think the cast is relative. more of the supporting cast. Like, yeah, Kristen Stewart, they could have found somebody better for that role. It is kind of a weird casting. I mean, obviously, like this movie, like really made her famous.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just trying to think like who they could have cast that maybe would have been honestly like some of the supporting girls like Anna Kendrick probably would have been better if you just cast one of them, but they probably just didn't have that like star power yet.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but like the supporting cast is pretty. I like the vampires. I like the supporting vampires.
Yeah,
Um,
they did a
I
good
didn't
job.
mind Taylor Lautner for the brief times he was in the movie. I like the dad, the cop dad is just trying to like get by. So
Yeah,
I don't
he
know.
was a good supporting actor, the dad. Like I
I
said,
them
I mean, and for Jacob, I know you barely see him in the movie, and he's all right. He just gets more annoying afterwards.
because he keeps taking his shirt off.
He
Hold
keeps
on,
throwing metal.
I gotta. Hold on, I gotta fix this thing in the engine. Cha. Uh, yeah, the movie kind of looks like shit, which I was just thinking, like, man, for like Harry Potter that was already out at the time, those movies look fantastic. But this was a lower budget movie, so I do give him a pass for that. Like, it doesn't look like garbage, but it doesn't look
It
great.
it doesn't give like a wow factor.
It's
It
too,
doesn't.
yeah, everything's overcast, which makes sense because of vampires, but like,
Right.
I don't know, just like everything's like overcast. It's just ugly. This was shot in like Vancouver or something. It's
Like
just,
very grim looking, very
yeah,
gloomy.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I just don't like this movie. More about the actual vampires. But I'll I do admit that the rest of them they you get hooked in because it is interesting afterwards. That's what I can say. I'll say that they
I'm
get
only
it.
in I'm only invested to find out if the stepdad or the mom's boyfriend ends up playing Major League Baseball. That's all that matters to me. It's
I don't
all I
think
need
you
to
ever
know
see
about.
him again anyway.
Who, okay, from what you remember in this movie, because I was like, oh, I wonder who's in the sequels. Do you know who doesn't come back for the sequels, whether it's the school kids, the vampires, anybody else? Do you know who just like, okay, this is the only time we see them?
Um,
I'm assuming the evil vampire guy does he's dead, but do we ever see the
you see
Mr.
Vic?
Terrific guy?
No,
Oh, you never see him again?
you never see him again. Um, he's uh Victoria is the one that like kills him pretty much.
Okay.
Like she tells him she says that her friend is dead,
Hmm.
that the Cullen family killed him, but it was her.
Okay.
Um, yeah, he doesn't come back. All the Cullens are back, of course. Victoria is there until Eclipse. You see her mom come back like just as a cameo, pretty much.
Mm. Okay.
Um, but yeah, not that many people actually died from the first ones. I think it was just James,
Okay.
like notable characters at least. I think it was just him.
Gotcha. Okay.
Uh-huh. Everyone else, just the main characters are the only ones that went on. Like the side characters, they just disappeared.
Gotcha.
Her friends, like you see them in the second one and a little bit in the third one because that's their graduation. That's about it.
Okay. And then Anna Kendrick went off and had a career, and Christian Stratos went off and did Walking Dead, and yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. So like you see less and less of the school.
gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Cool. Twilight. There it
Well,
is.
that's Twilight for you.
We watched Twilight.
All right, go watch the other movies. See what you think.
Like I said, I might. What's the second one called? New Moon.
New Moon.
I might put that one on and just glance at it and
It's
see like,
not
all
bad.
right,
It's not bad. It's just more about, the wolves and whatnot. Eclipse is interesting. They explore more of the vampires
mm,
and actually more of the werewolves too.
okay,
And then Breaking Dawn. definitely all vampires, but it's interesting because you see more of like the old vampires.
Gotcha. All right. Cool. Well, I guess that $3 was worth it or whatever was invested in us watching this.
You rented this? It's on Disney Plus.
I'm talking about the person that paid for us to watch this.
Oh,
saying to them, I hope the $3 or whatever was worth it.
gotcha.
They just wanted to see you get mad.
You know who it was.
Chris doesn't want to say.
It was Julie. She said it's about it's time that you have to do
It's never time. We never had to do this.
that.
Especially not for an episode that's supposed to come out on Halloween. Could have waited a
Mm.
week. Could have done
Yeah.
something else, but oh
And
well.
after we watched Twilight, I ended up watching Underworld afterwards.
All right, cool. Well, hey, thanks everyone for hanging out again. I know it's late. It's twilight. The sun's down, the moon's out, the wolves are out, vampires are out. Chris has to go suck some blood.
That's it. That's Twilight for you, and we'll see you after Halloween.
Oh wait,
Cup,
that's Twilight Zone.
cup print. Moving on.